Perfect. Guys, welcome to the call. This is Geek Out Fridays, and if you didn't get the notice, it's probably because Zoom is being finicky on me. I went into the deal and said February 25th. I changed it to the 11th 2 days ago, and it looked like it didn't ever update. So welcome to the call. It's February 11th, and we are going to do some RSS feed finding hacks. And the reason for the call today is I still get people asking, how do I find an RSS feed? Well, we've done a lot of training on it, and I know Wayne and I can kind of get boring over time, but we did it actually a 4-day class on it back in July. But I want to kind of summarize that and kind of advance it forward to where we are right now in 2022. Is it shouldn't be a challenge to find the feeds. The challenge is to find a good feed. So what I'm going to do today is go over, I've got 5 hacks I want to share with you that I use to generate or to find RSS feeds. So let me add, okay, Wayne's on the call. Wayne, do you want to shout out?
Yep. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the call.
Yep. So Wayne will be answering questions, and if there's something pertinent to exactly what I'm showing right then, he'll slow me down, interrupt me, and we'll get that question answered. But otherwise, we'll kind of address them at the end publicly in case of, there's a good general question that we can answer. So that's kind of how we do our Geek Out Fridays. For the new people joining us, we got a lot of people coming in today. Geek Out Fridays is every other Friday. And so it will be, the next one will be the 25th. And we try to do marketing automation strategies, tips, tricks, and strategies is what we call it. And it's centered around content marketing, autoblogging, video marketing, SEO. I'm lucky because I have one of the best marketing automation people as my partner, is Wayne. I'm very excited that that we partnered up and we got a really good synergy working towards a big goal for us, which is for us to make money on a recurring income model that we can do a Tim Ferriss 4-hour work week, but we also want that for you too. So our tools are designed for us to use exactly. We're using the exact same tools that you can purchase from us. This is how we do our autoblogging. This is how we make a recurring income on some of our tools and how we do some video SEO. So that's kind of a summary of what we do as far as marketing automation on these strategy calls. We've got 4 products out there if you're not familiar with them. Our flagship is RSSMasher. We have a video ranking tool that's been around since 2015, but we completely rewrote the software 2 years ago, and we call it VidPenguin 2. It's available at vidpenguin2.com, or you could actually get it on AppSumo, which is a really decent deal right now on AppSumo. The third tool that we have is Minion Builders. It's a database to create a minion, build it out fully, get all the demographics, the images and everything, and have it in a database that you can share with your VAs. And it's a marketplace where you can sell and buy social minions. Why? Because we use them in our content. The fourth tool that we have is booster pages. And the grand launch will be sometime in March, if not sooner. We're tuning it up for a large growth spurt. We have a good database of pre-launch members, but we're about to bring on a bunch of monthly members that sometimes not that SEO training has been bad in the past, but yeah, it's kind of been bad in the past. So we got a lot of people that are kind of trying to do some black hat stuff and jicky stuff that the best way to do SEO is have Web 2.0 properties, have PBN properties pointing back to the original article. So that's what our booster pages is it's a PBN with visual consumable images pointing back to the original article, your money sites, or YouTube articles. So those are our 4 products. We have a wide range of training courses. Wayne and I have been doing this, I think combined online marketing is over 20 plus years. So we've had several launches. We've had quite a few software developments that we've done. So this is what Geek Out Fridays is to share our knowledge, and we get just as much from you as you get from us. So we appreciate you joining us on the call today. Let's get started. Now, I told you we're going to do 5 hacks today. And the first hack is, this is probably my favorite, is the Chrome extension. There is a Chrome extension I want you to install. It's a free. It's called Get RSS Feed URL. It will try to find the RSS feed of any website out there. Why do you need that? Well, if you're using any of our tools, you probably know that we're RSS feed experts. So how do we find our RSS feeds? This little plugin does it for us. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide an image over, or slide a Windows tab over. This is what I'm going to be working from today. And I'm just going to bring up FeedSpot. We'll talk about this in a few minutes. I'm going to bring up an article. So there's looks like a pretty good article with a podcast in it. Come down here to visit site. And I wonder if it has an RSS feed. So here's the little plugin, Get RSS Feed. And there it is. Okay, I copy it, and this is what the RSS feeds look like now. They're all typically XML feeds. And we're going to go over what all this means. But I got this Chrome extension. It's called Get RSS Feed URL. And it just installs in here. It's free, and you just click the button anytime you're on top of a site and you want the RSS feed. I use this daily, probably 3 or 4 times a day. Look, when I'm researching RSS feeds, it's the handiest way to find the RSS feed. Then you can kind of look at it. You can put it in RSSMasher.tech and see what it looks like. There's other feed readers you can use, but this is the start. This is hack number 1. Get this little RSS Chrome extension right here, and it's called Get RSS Feed URL. Okay, and you can find it in your extensions list. Search the store, Get RSS Feed, and it should be that very first one. Okay, hack number 1. Now let's pull this back, and let's go here. So hack number 2, you've got your RSS feed. I just showed you how to look at it. So how do you read an XML? Sometimes they're all just garbled together and they look like they don't mean anything. I'm going to show you a little trick about RSS feeds XML. If you learn how to read an XML, you can, before you even view it in a RSS feed viewer, you can kind of tell if there's good content. Now, I kind of alluded to it a little bit. I use FeedSpot to look at feed posts, but there's other tools that I'm going to show you just shortly. But you've got to kind of be knowledgeable about the code, and it helps you quickly see if this is a good XML. So this is the XML structure. You're going to see, the type coding. It could see XML version, RSS version. It could say Atom in here. It could be RSS version 1. None of this really matters. It does for us when we're reading it with our software. But what really matters is it has a section describing the RSS feed. So it would be title, link, and description. That's the feed itself. Now, feeds have items in them. So you're looking for this first item tag, and you're looking for the title. Does it say title? This is a properly formatted. It's got title, and it's got the link, and it has a description box and content. Now, there are feeds that don't have content. We can work with that in RSSMasher, what we do is we copy the description into a content box. If it doesn't have a content box, and you have some feeds will actually put everything in this description. So this is kind of like, it's supposed to be the meta description, the summary of the item, but certain themes will put the entire post inside of this description box. What we build blog posts with is this content. This is where the post content is found inside your item tags, and that's what we build it with. Now, let me show you a little bit about reading feeds. Earlier, I brought up a feed, and this is an RSS feed. It's an XML feed from Convince and Convert. So this XML version 1, you can it's got all types of coding in here. Channel, here's the channel information. This is the feed title. It's called Content Marketing Consulting and Social Media Strategy. Here's the Atom link. So this is an Atom link versus an RSS2, which again, it really doesn't matter. We read both versions of it. Here's the image that goes with the entire feed channel. Okay, so it ends. This is what we're looking for, item right here. Okay, it's got a title. That's going to be the title of your blog post right here. That's going to be your title blog post without the title, right? And then this is the link pointing back to the original article right here. See that link? So that's going to point back to the original article. Now keep this in mind. We'll talk about original article versus your articles near the end of the call. Okay. Creator, this is the author. You got the publication date. You got what category is influencer marketing that it's on the site itself. And here's the permalink. And this is, you're not going to see some of this. It's not going to be shown all the time. But this is a well-formatted content. Now, this is the description box. It goes all the way here. Now, this is what you would consider a meta description or a summary of what this item is. Now, I'm going to come down here to content. And a lot of times you'll just see it content with a close bracket here, but this one's content encoded. We can read it either way. So I'm looking for the closing content tag. So I'm going to come on down here. There's some uploads in here, PNGs. I can tell this is going to be a full post because it's got a lot of content in here. So I'm going to scroll all the way down and content close. This will be something with a full post. There's a lot of HTML copy in there along with images that we saw. So this is going to be a pretty decent one to put into RSSMasher, or if you're using other RSS feed tools inside your WordPress, this is a great feed to use, okay? And again, I'll go to the next item. So we have the next item. There's the title, social media prediction, year of the creator. And this is not, I'm going to tell you right now, this right here is going to be one of the most important things that you can learn in 2022. Content marketing is king, and it's getting even better with the tools that are coming out there. So there's a lot of AI tools that have come out in the last year, 2 years, Jasper, or Conversion AI, whatever they're going to call it this year. Article Forge, there's Phrase, there's WordTune, there's a whole bunch of them out there. In fact, if you stay on AppSumo, there's usually one every month comes out, a new AI writer. And then there's Surfer SEO. There's all types of tools that are using artificial intelligence to write content. This is the year it's going to explode because there's tools now that are taking the AI and they're scaling that up through spin versions, through API integrations. And guess what, guys? We're one of them. If you're with RSSMasher, next week we're going to roll out something, it will just blow your socks off. I'm very excited about the future, and it's immediate. Is automated content that is well-written, quality content is going to be at your fingertips just shortly, okay? So keep this in mind. This is a great article. It's talking about content marketing and AI using automation tools. Okay, so short description, it ends here. Again, content, very, very long. I know this is a good article. Let's take a look at one that may not be a good article. You may not want to use it, okay? This one is a good one. Description right here. What is the metaverse and why should you care? That's the title of this item. Here, it's a Hootsuite. And here's the content. This is a good art. It's even got emojis in there. That's some good. This is a nice long article. It's something that I want to use. And content ends here, and we're going to disregard the comments section. We don't use that at all. Okay. Now, here is one that I'm going to trick you with. Is this a good one? I can scroll up here. It's properly formatted, XML version 1. Let's see, it's an RSS 2.0. They're using Atom in there. Okay. Now I'm going to go to, here's the channel, Social Media Examiner. So these guys should have a pretty good, decent RSS feed. Okay. Here's the, okay, first item, title, link, creator, category, all that good stuff. Here's the description. The description ends right here. Okay. It looks like it may be a sentence or 2 sentences long, and it may have some images in here. Yep, it's got a PNG, a couple of PNGs, but there's not a lot of content at all. Okay. Now, what's missing? Here's the end of the item. There's no content block. So you're not going to really have a decent blog post if you're auto blogging from this. Now you should, it's Social Media Examiner. They're all about content marketing, but they've hidden what they are not posting out their content block. It's their choice. They're trying to drive links back through with a description box. Now you can take this description and make it into content if you want it, but there's just not a lot there to make a full, rich article. And that's really what you want on your auto blog. You want somebody to arrive on your post and actually read it, consume it, learn from it, click something, a call to action of some type, and buy something. That's, or generate a lead for you. That's our goal with content marketing, is we want somebody to consume and then take action. Okay. So this is not a good feed. So I wanted to make sure you can read the code and know before you even go to any RSS tool to view it. Okay. So let's go back to the hacks. So we got hack 1, Chrome extension. Hack 2, read the code. This is the code right here. So hack 3, how do you find it? Let's search. We use, whoop, that's not what I want right there. Let's go back to hack number 3, Google search. Okay. And advance. So here's some topics, or here's some search terms that you can use. So topic would be anything. So you could say local SEO, best local SEO tips, RSS feed, local SEO tips, news feeds on FeedSpot, magazines, newspaper, blogs. So replace topic with any of the keywords that you're trying to rank for. Okay. And you can get all this. These will provide websites, news feeds, RSS feeds. And again, you just click on the link, and I'll do this one right here, topic news feeds. So let's go back over here and content marketing strategies. News feeds. Okay, skip past the ads. You don't really want the ads. Here's a blog FeedSpot. So FeedSpot's going to recommend 80 RSS feeds for you. Pretty nice. It's all right there. So you could click and open that up, and there's 100 right underneath it. So these are the feeds. Follow RSS Feed, Content Marketing Institute. So I'm going to open link in new tab. And there's the feed. So I've shown you how to just pull up 80 feeds right here, and you just start reading the code, going in, taking a look at it. Now, FeedSpot, keep this in mind, we may be using it as a research tool. Okay. And here's the 100. HubSpot, blog, HubSpot, marketing. Now, when you do this, this is going to try to add it to your own FeedSpot account. I don't want you doing this. I want you actually clicking here, bring up the XML, read the code. This is item. So we've got a title, a link, and description. Description ends here. Here's the content. Content goes all the way down here. And looks like it, content ends right here, new item. This looks like it's going to be a great RSS feed post. It has title, link, description, and content. And the content has a lot of content in it, okay? So we found it just by clicking here, okay? Wayne, any questions up to this point?
We did have one, but I kind of answered it. Walt says, instead of code crawling of XML, do you have a favorite RSS reader tool to find out if the RSS feed meets your criteria? And I said, yes, use RSSMasher. If it adds it, we like it.
Yep. Yeah, I started at the beginning. We use the tools that we're selling to you. That is our RSS feed reader. However, great question, Walt, because I want to share that with our next hack. Okay. So I've gone in here and I'm trying to get rid of FeedSpot. I don't need all the FeedSpot advertising. I'm already a member of FeedSpot. Search Engine Journal. Let's take a look at it. Open that. Okay. Search Engine Journal. Here's image, title, item. We have description, category, description, closed item. And look at the description. I don't think it's even a 1 sentence long. This is Search Engine Journal. Let me know, this may be a silly question, but is this a good feed to build an autoblog post, or is it a bad feed? So just give me good or bad in the chat. Yep. Okay. Bad. Yep, a lot of bads. Somebody said you could build a link pin from it. I guess you could, but it would point back to the original article. So if that's your original article, great. Yep. Okay. So we've kind of gone over reading code. We've talked about topics, and again, on the when you're doing your Google search, here's do a screenshot of this right real quick, and these are the search terms that Wayne and I use. I probably use this one, but the best in newsfeed. I've got FeedSpot, so I can always go over there. Magazines and newspapers and blogs. These are good ones right here, especially blogs, because blogs are typically written content, and a lot of them you're going to find in WordPress. Now, Wayne gave me this one, and I'm like, ooh, this is kind of sneaky. If you go to WordPress.com and there's a topic, so you search inside of here, the WordPress.com usually, unless they change it, it is a RSS. You just put in the name of the domain name if it's in here, and then /feed, or you can use the get feed URL extension. But most WordPress.com is the RSS feeds are full description or full content. So it's going to have a short description and a long content. So that's, it's something to keep in mind. However, in the past, WordPress.com was a great source of manually written content. Because of Money Robot, SEO Autopilot, all these other tools that are slamming PLR content and just spun PLR content junk. WordPress.com has kind of gotten to be a junk site to try to get backlinks to your own sites. And I say junk. Half of WordPress.com was generated automatically, and half was, probably less than half, is generated manually. I mean, we're teaching automation, so I know other people are teaching automation, but they're teaching the PLR content method and other things. So this is something to look for. You might actually have to look at the WordPress, go into a couple of the blog posts, see if they're well-written articles that you want to include. Okay, good idea. In URL, this is index.php, put your topic, and then related searches. You can bring up other domains that are related to whatever topic you're looking at. Keyword everywhere. This is just a keyword tool. Type in, you can click through to other keywords that are related and do this. And this is a Chrome extension. It's a free extension also. Okay. So that is hack number 3, if you're keeping score. Research tools. Okay. Somebody asked me, customer asked me, I can't find anything on cruises. Okay. Well, it's fairly easy. There's a lot of, there's different types of cruises out there, or content about cruises. There's cruise information for travel agents that are about specials that are being run. There's lifestyle travelers that write about the cruise that they're on. And then there's cruise ships. And the cruise ships tell about the ship itself and all the amenities. It's kind of more benefit laden. And some of those are short posts. Disney has a great cruise blog. So you kind of have to know what you're looking for. Are you looking for specials, cruise deals? Are you looking for travel agent advisories? Are you looking for lifestyle? So keep that in mind as you're looking. I've got tools I use. I've got 3 of them. I've mentioned them quite a few times in the past in training. So let's take a look at them. RSS Ground. I think I have the $10 a month or $19 a month, whatever it is, RSS Ground. They've got millions of public content feeds, real easy to find on absolutely any topic. And the good thing about RSS Ground is they kind of simplify it, is they show you, is it a blog, is it a podcast, or is it a video channel? And they tell you if it's a long content, short form content. And also you can click through and see the articles. Do they have an image attached? So we're going to review RSS Ground. FeedSpot. The FeedSpot has been kind of my go-to to look for trending content. This is, I don't know how they get all the details that they do, but there's a lot of trending content in here. So if you want current news, this is a great tool to use. And you can just type your keyword in and it's going to bring up everything. And it will bring up websites, blog posts, even Reddits and Twitters and Tumblrs and stuff like that. Okay. Feedly Pro. I've used Feedly for probably 10 years. I bought the Pro version back when they first launched it back 3 or 4 years ago. They've since added artificial intelligence. They've added Leo. Leo is their machine that once you start grabbing feeds and putting them into boards, and then the boards can be automated through Zapier, Integromat, or whatever automation tool. Leo's gotten smart, or Leo is smart. He will find things that you would normally move to your board and put it into a folder for you to read. So if you have a niche that is very broad, like content marketing, there may be 300 articles a day coming out on content marketing. I don't want to look at 300. I want Leo to find the very best ones that he thinks I'll like, and he may only find 10. So I'd rather look at 10 that have already been kind of pre-filtered for me. And that's why I like Feedly Pro. So I can quickly go through what Leo has found and populate a dozen plus websites through automation. And if you want to see what that looks like, there's a Feedly to G Sheet method that I use. I've talked about it a couple of times in Geek Out Fridays. If you're registered here, just go back to the replays. I think season 2, we covered it. We're actually in season 3 right now. So these are my research tools. These are my go-tos right here. I've seen some other people suggest other tools. Great, if you're comfortable with them, whatever tool you have to find feeds and you're comfortable with, stick with it. But these are, I want to give you the tools that I've been using, the tool that Wayne uses. He uses Google search more than I do. I use my tools. So let's take a look at the tools here. Go back over here. Okay, first one, RSS Ground. This is the public feeds directory, and it's under feeds, search public feeds. Now you can do other things with RSS Ground. You can build custom RSS feeds. You can do data feeds if you have an Amazon or Target affiliate code or eBay affiliate code. You can build a data feed, which would use your affiliate code and it will pull in a niche category. I'll jump over to that in a few minutes. Okay, let's look at let's look at home improvement. I'm writing some articles on home improvement right now. Okay, I'm going to go to my filter search. There's all these blogs that it already has in its database. So relevance, popularity, update frequency. I'm going to go with update frequency. And then I want full content. I don't want partial content. Language, English. And I want articles. I don't want videos or podcasts. Okay, so now I have DIY home improvement forum. So I can expand it and I can look at it. This is a previewer. What's missing? Images. Now there may be images in here, but these are not the item tagged images. So let's just take a look at one of the articles. Okay, it has an image in here. This looks like more of a chat room. So it's probably not what I want. Yeah, it's more of a forum, warrior forum type deal. Okay, so close that one down. And recent questions, home remodeling and repair forum, UK home improvement. Let's take a look at this. Now, what this means is this is 4.5 articles per week. Good frequency. Let's go to the viewer. Okay. Benefits of lead-free roofing, how to prevent mold. These are how-tos. I love it when it says how-to or the benefits of. 3 ideas feature, 10 ways. This you can build a great autoblog with. But let's look at the content. Okay, image, content here, causes of mold. It's got all types of good stuff in here and a share. Okay, how to prevent mold from growing in your bathroom. Great, great article. 210, this is recent. So this is UK dates, February 10th, 2022, okay? Let's see if it has a feed. I'm gonna use 2 different ways to check it. Right here, there's the feed, there's the comment. So I can copy it here. And again, I'm going old school here. I'm gonna read the code. Okay, channel, image, item, title, link, description in here. Okay, I got my content section. Content, figures, H2s, don't come down here. Content encoded. Great article. I'm going to use it. That's old school. That's reading the code. Now, if I'm in here, I'm inside of RSS Ground, there's the feed right there. So I can just quickly grab that feed and place it in RSSMasher tech. Again, read the code real quick. Does it have a content section? Is it long? Is it more than 1 or 2 sentences? Does it have images? Is the title and link properly formatted? Okay. So I could go through here and grab a couple of feeds, okay? And let's go back a little bit on here, okay? These are my data feeds. So I have a data feed on patio furniture from Amazon. So we're past the public feeds. Let's look at the private feeds here. Review. Oops. I think I timed out on all my, yep. I pull a lot of data feeds, so they give me like put me in timeout for a section. Anyway, these pull feeds from Amazon based on these subject matters, okay? So let's go back to search public feeds and travel. I'm going to look for travel, hospitality, and I could say cruises. Somebody asked about cruises. Cruise ship drummer, drums and music, has nothing to do with cruise source. This is probably not going to be posting very much, 0.01 per week. Cruises, latest articles. Let's take a look at it. Take a little while to pull up. Let's back out and take a look at another one. I didn't really want to get stuck here, so let's do one more, and I'll type in cruises right up here. Okay, I'm going to look for one that Disney Cruise Line blog. Okay, that's the one I said I kind of like. Let's take a look at it. Okay, now it shows no images over here. So the first thing I want to do is come in and look at the post itself. Okay, it's got a video. It's got some images. This actually may not be the best one to use. This is actually a different blog. I pull straight from Disney on mine, so it's somebody's personal blog. So let's look at attainable selling, cruising world. Let's see what this one looks like. Now, I already know it's short content. I want long content, cruising world. So I want the full battery. Okay. 5 common questions about speed control, balance. So this may not be one, selling totem fitting in. Okay. So this is somebody's personal blog about their selling adventures. Okay. So anyway, use this. The thing I use it the most for is these public feeds. Now, we have some of these feeds imported into RSSMasher.tech, so they're already there. So, if you see technology automotive, you may know where I pulled it from, okay? So that is RSS Ground. Good investment if you're doing a lot of RSS feed research. Let's take a look at FeedSpot. That's the next one, okay? FeedSpot. I'm going to come up here, and if I just say all post, I have a lot of content I'm following. So I have a bartender Mike website with a small product, got an SEO, trend spotter. In fact, let's go into trend spotter. Now this is going to give you a lot of blog posts and websites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to type my own word. I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to go content marketing. Oops. Hey, let's spell it right. Okay, so when you pull up a search term, of course I'm on Zoom, so it's taking a while. Wayne, any questions up to this point?
No, we're doing well.
Well, let's go back here. It would take a long time because we are on Zoom. I love it. Love it. Just refresh the screen here. Okay. That's the problem. It was trying to go with my misspelling. So let's just type in marketing. Okay. So you can see the latest articles coming across. You could see the top articles. These are the ones, this tells you the Facebook engagement. So this is kind of why I like this, is this article was distributed and it's got a lot of engagement coming off Facebook, and the domain authority is 36. So I'm looking at domain authority and engagement. The who, what, why, how of digital marketing. Okay. I'm going to, now I can share it. I can bookmark it. I can read the article. I can pocket it, put it in Evernote, and I can send it straight to WordPress, or I can share it on Facebook. I mean, these are all the different sharing options. But if you're wanting to find the source, let's look at source, blog HubSpot. Okay, so let's take a look at it. It's going straight into the article. It's in HubSpot. Again, I'm going to come over here. There's the RSS feed. Let's read the code. Let's go old school here. And I'm going to look at the code. Item, title, link, description. Description ends here. Content starts here. Looks like a good one. Okay. So I'm kind of looking at it as, yeah, this might work for us. Okay. Back over here, kind of losing my spot here. Okay. And I'm just looking at the article. Yep. So this is, I mean, it's worthy of putting who, what, why, how, digital marketing. Okay. It's got all the junk in there. And how to understand market penetration. So that's kind of when we dive into the spot, the blog HubSpot, it's got some good content in there. So I want to go all the way back to marketing. Let me clear this out here. And let's try one more, cruises. Cruise ships. Something stuck in its filter. Cruise ships. Let's go here, cruises. So I'm going to recommended blogs. This is the other search hack that I pull off of this. So these are different ones that you can go into and you can follow them, which would put them in your feed spot. Cruise law news, cruise addicts. Let's see, 706 posts per week. Hey, this looks pretty good. So I would pull this one up. Let's look at it. It's got a little bit, it's got some images, but maybe a paragraph or two on the feed. So again, I'm going to go over here, use my #1 hack here. And hack #2, I'm going to read the code. Okay, channel, image, item, title, link, description. And description ends here, media content, and item. So it doesn't have a content box. It's got a little bit of content here in description, so you could copy description over if you wanted to. But this is really how I go about on FeedSpot. This is how I use it. So if somebody says, I just can't find an RSS feed, just go to FeedSpot. Now, I do have the paid version. It's cheap, but again, I think it's $10 a month or something like that. It's not that expensive. Okay. So last one was Feedly. So let's come over here to Feedly. Okay. I talked about Leo. So here's Leo's priorities. So today, I've got a whole bunch of content and it's looking at all my RSS feeds. I can just keep on scrolling and scrolling down. And it's kind of like our endless scrollers on our LinkedIn site. I'll never get to the end of it. But if I go over here, Leo has determined that there's 14 articles that I should read that they think that would go well in my board. So the only dip you'll need on game day, buffalo chicken, honey, chipotle bacon. Oh, that sounds pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it to a board. Now I just automated this sequence. When I save it to a board, Zapier's going to pick it up. It's sitting here waiting for me to save something to one of my Feedly boards. So it's looking amazing hamburger. It knows to send it to a certain G sheet, and that G sheet's being picked up by RSSMasher. RSSMasher is going to put it into a schedule and send this post out. So you'll see this article in amazinghamburger.com probably within 2 to 3 hours. It may be maybe next day based on the schedule. Air fryer, pickled brined chicken wings. That actually sounds pretty good. So hit save. Okay. Now I'm using this as an automation tool because I want to manually select articles that go into this one WordPress. But you can also use this as a research tool. So let's go into, these are all feeds. So in my bartending, I've got like 6 feeds, 6 RSS feeds sitting in there, okay? And I can use any of these that I want to the cocktail lovers. And say I want to go straight to cocktail lovers, and I can, again, come over here, pull an RSS feed from it. There we go, okay? So I can put the feed directly, if I find that I'm using this one all the time, I can put the feed directly in there. But let's take a look at it. I'm going to, again, read the code. I hope by the end of the call, you'll say, you know what you're doing on reading the code, okay? So title, link, there's the item, description ends, content. Okay, I'm seeing some content. Go all the way down. Wow, this has a lot of content. So I know I could probably use this. Okay, there we go. So content ends right here. Good article, great article to put in a blog post. Okay, so come back here, and I found those by going into bartending. I added some feeds that I track all the time, and then you can go in and select you can go straight into the site, pull the feed directly if you want to. This is the way that I manage Feedly specifically, is I can get some really good content. And you know, I'll give you a good, for instance, is Busy Bee Films. That's a drone site that I have. It's busybeefilms.com. And some of these are just images. So parking garage, it's an image and a short little credit. So I don't really want that in my full news board site. If I'm building a pin site or Pinterest, it might work. So Quad Air drone reviews, let's look at it. Okay, good image, good content right here. Now, sometimes what you're going to find is Feedly pulls more content than you could pull straight off of an RSS feed. I don't know how they do, magic, whatever it is, but they do. And I'm not going to say it's an article scrape, but Wayne and I have found that sometimes the content that you would see on an RSS feed would be the first paragraph, but for some reason, Feedly was able to pull all this content, okay? So whenever I use my Feedly to G Sheet method, and I save it over here to the board, Busy Bee Films, I'm getting to use what Feedly has, not necessarily what the RSS feed has, okay? Think about it this way. if Feedly's doing an article scrape, I'm getting to use that versus a short, paragraph. Okay. How they do it, I don't know. I don't ask. I just say I've got it from Feedly. Okay. And we've done a lot of research. Integromat doesn't pick up that content. Zapier does. Wayne, did you have a question?
I was just thinking that I think because Feedly's got a deal with website owners, that they send their content to them because they know they're going to distribute it for them. So I think that's how they get more content.
Yeah, I think you're right. Is they may have a special feed, RSS feed, that has full description, fully formatted description content, whereas what they make public may be just the feed summary. So,
yeah.
Just things to keep in mind. You're picking up some knowledge tips from Wayne and I that have been doing RSS feed autoblogging for a long, long time. And when you're building these for clients and you're using them yourself, you're going to find what works and what doesn't work. So the three tips are FeedSpot, RSS Ground, and Feedly. Okay. Now I'll go back to today. And once you go through Amazing Hammer, and these are all Leo's suggestions, these are prioritized, and just a couple other things. This tells you it's on a board, and this tells you what feed it's on. This tells you it's on a board. As you kind of look through there, you get all the way down to the very bottom. You'll notice I'm tracking about, you saw the Meat Wave, Grilling Foods, Barbecue Edible. I've got about 6 different RSS feeds I'm tracking, okay? I mark as red. Now it goes to the next one. It takes it out, and Leo says, I don't have anything left on Amazing Hamburger. So I can sit here and go through this, and I tell everybody, this is when I'm watching TV time, I'm actually autoblogging because I have an iPad. I sit there with Feedly and I do this. So I'm looking through here and I can kind of tell on some of these if they've got a description. Let's look at this. Okay. Good article, got a good description right there. So I'm going to go ahead and add it, and I can add it from right here inside of the board. So it's added to the board. And so anyway, I'll kind of go through here, just scrolling through, and that's an interesting image. So I'm going to look at it. Image, no, don't want to use it, too short. Drone footage of Coast Guard boat. This actually, it's got a YouTube. It's kind of exciting. So I would actually want to see this. So let's come over here and put it in Busy Bee Films. Okay. And then once I get down to the bottom, I hit mark as read. Now it's got some more mark as read. Okay. So now I'm ready to go to the next one. So anyway, that's what I do when I'm kicking back, relaxing. I autoblog. And it doesn't feel like a lot of work because I'm just kind of briefly scanning through this. The other thing is it does keep you abreast of the market and of your niche. So even if you don't autoblog with it, use this as your reader. Stay tuned with what's going on in SEO. I track SEO ideas, digital marketing. I track a lot of this stuff, and I find really good articles to read, and I'll read them. And a lot of times I'll post them up to Facebook or in my Twitter account. So these are all from digital marketing. Again, I can come in how to build an online community that boosts your brand. I actually like that image. Go over here to digital marketing. So that's going to one of my websites through RSSMasher, through the integration. I also have this linked into Raza, my newsletter. So I'll send it off to a WordPress site, but I also put it into my newsletter. Through this one is specifically for the VidPenguin newsletter. So if I read an article and I like it, I'm going to send it to my newsletter and share it with y'all. And that newsletter comes out, I think, every Wednesday. Really good content. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Hope everybody's getting some value out of this. You're seeing the exact tools that we use. I'm not hiding anything from anybody. They say, well, you got a secret source. No, I do have a secret source, and I want to share it with you. And it's really not secret if you have RSSMasher. So hack number 5, our final hack, and probably I think the best hack, is the RSSMasher niche list. So as we're building the done-for-you sites, we're building our own sites, I take those RSS feeds and I put them in a niche, in a website feed or a YouTube feed niche list for you to use. Now, RSS feeds change over time. Sometimes they were full description 2 years ago, and now they made them into summary descriptions. So you just have to kind of do a little work, but we do most of the work for you. So we have built-in feeds, over 1,300 RSS feeds, and over 110 niches. And we're adding more every month. We'll probably put in a couple hundred extra feeds in there. These are feeds that we use, that we like. We're sharing those feeds with you. So it could be a feed that I'm using on my own autoblog, or one that we built for a client. It could be in the travel industry, or it could be in the content marketing or the pet photography. That it doesn't matter, because we know that somebody has some interest in pet photography, or tarot card reading, or content marketing, or plumbing. So we try to include these really nice feeds that we found inside of RSSMasher. When I train somebody, I don't train them on how to find RSS feeds. I already know I've got some good feeds in there. I train them on how to use RSSMasher to take that feed, add money hooks, article links, text replacement, advanced, and then go over to your schedule and then post it out. So really, I try to teach people how to get your first couple mashes done with feeds that we already have existing, okay? Once you get proficient at finding feeds, it's really no problem to go out and find feeds and add them. But why not start with things that are already there? Let me show you how it's done. So I'm back over here, bring my worksheet over. Again, I've got a lot of feeds over here, so I'm going to go into RSSMasher. You probably have to log back in. Yep. So no matter what license level you have, you're going to have website feeds that you can use. Okay, manage mashes. We've got a lot of people online now. Okay, let's look at home remodeling. This is just a demo, and it's not active because it's not bold. So I'm going to hit edit. And title, description, I want to strip the hyperlinks, extract our articles with images only. And these are custom setups that you can do to build your bash. Hit update. And since it comes back, update successful, let's go over here to website feeds and Texas Outdoor Oasis and OLC. So these are ones that I have found through my RSS feed research. But let's look at this. We have all types of niches in here. So see if I find one on home remodeling, hobbies, lifestyle. I think we have one on home improvement up here. And you might have to try a few of them. Here's one, home improvement. Okay. Now, when you select that, that's going to give you some pull downs. So I actually have 2 of these that I found through here. Okay, so to add them, you would just click add, and it's going to add it to the table here. And again, you can come in. The ones that are lower in the list are typically the ones that we added most recently, which if we added it most recently, it's probably a pretty decent one. So I'll hit add. Now, they already are in here, so I'm not going to add them again, but this is how you would click that and add them into your feed list, okay? And same for YouTube's. We have some niches in here that have YouTube channels. Like if you wanted, I think we may have a couple of YouTube channels. There's a YouTube on the family handyman, and that's the only one we have in there. So you could build a video view site with just recommendations that we have. So I'm not going to add any YouTube. Come over here, again, money hooks. I like this content. I do kind of like a curation model here. Put the citation, and then I have my own little grill tools, Amazon grill tools, which I guess it would go with the outdoor. I think this was just an example I was using. So once you get all your money hooks set up, you would hit update and anchor text. If you want to replace any text links, you can do that. So DFY and home improvement, and I use this as an example for some training we did. So we'll look for these text links. Advanced, I don't think I have any advanced tab open on it. So let's hit build. And you'll see what I'm doing a lot. I do build, preview, and then when I like it, I hit finish and activate. So let's preview the web. Ooh, this is a good one. Why a patio cover is an excellent investment. Okay, great picture. The article is not that long, which is okay. I can work with it. This post first appeared on Texas Outdoor Oasis. I really don't mind crediting citing. This is where I actually put the citation. I put a read more, and then I've got my little Amazon links down here. Okay, so I guess this might match up. I would probably have patio furniture. I would do a set for patio furniture. This is patio furniture. Enjoy your outdoor space. Great article. I think I may even do, yep. Oh, this is great. This is a really good article. And that one is from the OLC. Here's another one. That's Texas Outdoors. So I want to show you how we don't randomize, but we put them in different orders. We'll go back here to the MASH. And I check this little button, one article from each feed. So if you have 5 articles from one feed and 5 articles from another, if you have one feed at a time, it's going to do the 5 here, and then it's going to show you the 5 here. Okay, so you'd have 10 total. But if you do this, one article from each feed, you're taking these 5 and these 5, and you're just putting it, so it's going to mix them all up. Okay, so it's going to do one item from one feed and then one item from another feed. So if you got multiple feeds in there, you can really kind of blend them all in really well together. Okay. Again, this is real easy to get to. Once you're happy with it, you would come here to build, finish, and activate. Now, what this does is it's now active and it's ready to go to a schedule that I've already made. And the schedule is home remodeling, and it will put it into the websites that the one website I have about home remodeling. So I've got some great content, and you saw, I mean, in less than about 10 minutes, I know I didn't re-add those in there, but that's content that we already have in here. This is the easy method. I hope you appreciate the easy method, because we did a lot. It's taken a lot of work to give you the easy method inside of here. Okay. And again, it's real easy to find. The easy method is you're just going in. I don't know about plumber. Let's see, quotes, careers, here's travel. And it is just inside that website feed right here with this drop-down niche. And then these are the feeds inside that one niche. Again, we're going to be adding more and more over time. But if you don't want to do any research at all, I just want to build an autoblog of travel blogs. Well, I think inside of travel, we have a lot of feeds. Let's see. Lifestyle, we got lifestyle travel. Lifestyle travel. A lot of feeds. You can build several blogs with this right here, okay? We use FeedBurner, lifestyle and travel. I mean, this is all the research that we've already done for you. hope you enjoy that. That's our hack number 5, if you're keeping track, and that is the RSSMasher method. Okay. Questions? We're at the end of the call. I want to take on any questions that maybe we can answer that is kind of specific to this. Wayne, you want to start off?
What's been nice? I think we've answered the ones that actually typed in as we're going along. Any new ones, guys?
Yeah. Somebody made a comment about WordPress.com spun content tools show why SEOs can have nice things. Love it. Love it.
They also said you need some new hobbies.
Yeah.
if you're watching the telly doing autoblogging.
Well, I like to multitask, and some of these shows are kind of boring, and to me, but you have to watch them with the wife, so it's I don't show her I'm actually doing work, but it's really easy. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the call. We're just a little over the hour. I want to make a special. Did you grab a coupon
Yeah.
code?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We did a 4-day, if you like this content, we did a 4-day training class back in the summer. And we spent a couple hours on every day going through these topics, plus a lot more topics on how to find RSS feeds. Here's the beauty of it. If you own RSSMasher, you have this as a course inside of the VidPenguin Productions. We've added that in there. If you don't, and you don't have RSSMasher, you don't want to go out and buy RSSMasher, no problem. We have this as a course that you can buy. It's $197, but for everybody on the call, I want to make you a special deal is we have a coupon code. This is the link, vidpenguin.link/ultimate guide. You got to capitalize the U and the G for some reason. Wayne, can you put that in the chat mode for everybody? The link. Yep. And you got a coupon.
And we've got a coupon code for 50% off.
Yep.
And it's Ultimate Guide 50.
Yep. And Wayne and I put our heart and soul into this course because like I said at the very beginning, this is what most people ask us, oh, it's really challenging to find an RSS feed. We've been doing it long enough, it's not really challenging, but we use all these shortcuts. I just showed you all my shortcuts. I don't have a challenge of finding RSS feeds because I practice what I preach here. So go back, review this Geek Out Friday. If you got the ultimate guide already, go back and watch that again. It was some really good content. I brought up some of the content over from it. But what am I using in 2022? Feedly, RSS Ground, FeedSpot Pro. I use my Chrome extension. I manually look at the XML before I put it into RSSMasher. And then I'll go into RSSMasher, tune it up and go. How do I train people? I pull feeds that we already have built for you. If you don't want to do any of the research at all, use our pre-built feeds. Put your own anchor text in there, your money hooks. You can have an autoblog up in 10, 15 minutes using our pre-built feeds. So guys, it's Ultimate Guide 50 is the coupon code, and you can grab it here. Again, if you got RSSMasher, you should already have this. So thank you for joining us on the call today, and hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you on another call.
Oh, before we go, we've got one question about how do we find this inside of RSSMasher? And this is the exact question we had just before we came on, which is why that image is there. So if you look for that image of that girl with the fish, you've found it.
It's inside your library. You'll see it inside if you're RSSMasher.
Yep.
If you don't have it, go to rssmasher.tech in the support ticket and say, I'm a member. Please make sure, or just tell us you don't have the ultimate guide, and we'll add it instantly. We set it up automatically. I went in and did a whole bunch of manuals, but I may have missed one. So it could have been probably yours. So if you don't see it, it's in your library, and we'll add it to your library if you go through the software. You got to go through the software and go through the support ticket system so that we can keep track of it. Okay. Anything else, Wayne?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you on another call. And we've got some exciting news happening next week. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.